Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what do I really believe? Because your beliefs, they shape everything, not just your thoughts, not just your words, but your actions, your habits, your entire life trajectory. Your identity determines your destiny. What you allow into your mind, what you believe to be true, what you focus on, what you see in yourself, will shape the decisions you make every single day. That's why the dark room matters so much, because behind every spotlight, there's a silent battlefield where discipline is forged in private before victory is seen in public. If you neglect that private place, if you skip the process, the preparation, the inner work, you will never step into the power that was meant for you. So let me tell you something you may not have heard yet today. You are standing at the edge of the most important decision of your life. Yes, you, right now. This isn't just another moment. It's a crossroad that could rewrite your future and change your legacy forever. Generations can remain stuck. Families can stay broken. Patterns can repeat for centuries until one person, just one, decides, no more? One person presses the reset button. One person rises. One person changes the story for everyone who comes after. So I want to ask you, why not you? Why can't you be the one who breaks the cycle? Why can't you be the innovator, the leader, the force of disruption that changes everything? Why can't you be the one who says, I will not be the weakest link in this chain? Why can't you be the one who wins again? Why can't you be the one who silences the demons that have haunted your bloodline for generations? Somebody, type it in the comments, why not me? What is your purpose? What is your calling in this season of your life? Are you fully committed to it? Are you all in? Not just with your words, but with your heart, your actions, your soul. Would you be willing to die for your dream? Because anything less than full commitment is distraction. There is no plan B. There is no tomorrow. There is only now, only this moment, only this choice. So again, I ask you, why not me? You're talented enough. You're driven enough. You've already got what it takes. You've always had it. You were never someone's backup plan. You are the first choice. You are the only choice. This is your moment. Believe that it's you. It's always been you. Everything you need is already inside of you, waiting to be activated. You are fully equipped to break through the barriers, crush the limits, and rise higher than ever before. If you could just focus, stay committed, and pour every ounce of energy into your calling, you would be unstoppable. But here's the truth. Where you are now is not where you're meant to stay. Don't you dare settle. What you see is not all there is. There is more, so much more. But change doesn't just happen to you. It has to come from you. So today, make the decision. Make the decision to rise. Make the decision to break free. Make the decision to live the life you were born for, because now you understand. And understanding changes everything. So now you see it. You've reached the point of no return, the moment where you can no longer pretend that this is fine. You've acknowledged the weariness, the frustration, the cycles of being broken, and burnt out. You've sat in that discomfort long enough to know something has to change. But here's the danger. Too often we stay stuck not because we don't want change, but because we're surrounded by the wrong voices. You see, people around you may not be asking the right questions. They're not challenging your vision. They're validating your limitations. That's why when you're ready to evolve, to rise higher, to reinvent yourself, you can't expect people who are still on your level to understand your decisions. They'll say things like, why leave this job? Just be grateful you have one. Why take that risk? Isn't this life comfortable enough? They mean well, but they're trapped in the same cycle you're trying to break. Because comfort is contagious. And when you're surrounded by people who've made peace with mediocrity, your ambition will look like rebellion. But let me ask you this: are you willing to be uncomfortable? I remember scrubbing toilets, literally. That was my life. Every day, cleaning up after people who lived the kind of life I dreamed of. And I'll never forget the conversations I had with a few of them. Those rare, successful ones. They all echoed the same truth. Marcus, you have to invest. You can't rise without cost. At the time, I resisted. I thought I could outwork the system, that I could have growth without sacrifice. But the truth slapped me hard. If you want more, you have to put something on the line, whether it's your money, your time, your energy, your comfort. There's always a price. And that price rarely makes sense to those who aren't walking your path. They'll say it's reckless. They'll say it's unrealistic. But your future isn't built on their opinions. It's built on your decision to rise. So again, are you ready to leave the land of comfort? Are you locked in? Are you laser-focused? Do you believe that the fire inside you is stronger than the fear that surrounds you? Because hear this: growth hurts, change stretches you, and when you first step out into that unknown place, where the map ends and your courage begins, it feels scary, it feels lonely, it feels like you've made a mistake. But if you keep walking, if you stay the course, if you keep sowing, even when the ground looks barren, even when there's no applause, you will reap. You will see a harvest that others can't even imagine, but only if you stop sowing sparingly, only if you stop playing small, only if you stop settling for almost when you were born for more. And make no mistake, this process will cost you. Sometimes you'll want to quit. Sometimes you'll want to throw in the towel. Sometimes you'll question why you even started. But then, you remember the vision. You remember the life that keeps playing in your mind like a vivid dream. That life, the one you long for, it costs something. And what it costs is the old version of you. Today's pain becomes tomorrow's power. And that power? It's how you break through ceilings, rewrite your legacy, and finally live, not watch, your dream. So ask yourself, what am I willing to give up for the life I know I'm meant to live? Because I've decided I won't live vicariously anymore. I won't settle for someone else's story. I will live mine, fully, boldly, unapologetically. So after everything we've faced, the pain, the resistance, the voice in your head that kept saying maybe later, now you know. You're done settling. You're done just watching other people live the life they built, liking their posts, applauding their milestones, while your own dreams collect dust. It's not that you envy their life, it's that you finally understand. There's more for you, too. A life that's not just observed from behind a screen, but lived, fully, boldly, unapologetically. But here comes the real question. Are you willing to write your own story, to sit down with your dreams, see them clearly, envision them fully, and then calculate the cost, and pay it in full? Because most people never do. They dream big, but refuse to sacrifice. They talk loud, but act small. And so, they end up stuck, looping in cycles of unpredictability, finances unstable, relationships half-hearted, living in stress, in anxiety, in quiet frustration, wondering why nothing ever changes. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Every single person watching this has the capacity for greatness. In any room you enter, in any field you step into, you have the potential to be excellent if you choose it. And excellence begins with one word: why. When you find your why, you become unstoppable. You stop being reactive and start becoming dangerous. Dangerous to your doubts, to your past, to the fear that's held your family back for generations. So let me ask you, why not you? Why are you still waiting for someone else to believe in your vision before you chase it? Why are you waiting for permission, for the green light, for someone to say, now's the time? You don't need anyone to hand you an opportunity. You need to become the kind of person who creates one. craft it, carve it, claim it. You've got to stop living like life owes you something and start living like you're responsible for bringing something powerful into this world. That's the shift. Don't ask, where can I find the money for this life? Ask, who must I become to attract everything I desire? Because becoming, that's the true battleground. Who must you become to launch that business, to move to the city your soul is craving, to start traveling, exploring, connecting, expanding, to be the person who no longer watches but impacts? That version of you won't show up until you cut ties with what's been holding you back, the places that keep you small, the people who remind you of your limits, the beliefs that whisper, you're not ready, you're not enough. You've heard them long enough. It's time to go home, not to comfort, but to purpose, to the reason you were born, to the mission that's been tugging at your chest since the day you realized you were made for more. So again, why do you want this? Why are you sweating, pushing, grinding, bleeding, waking up early, and sacrificing your comfort? Why are you tearing down the walls of your old mindset? Why are you transforming, rewriting your patterns, reprogramming your soul? Because your why will carry you through the fire, and once you discover that, once it burns deep in your core, you'll no longer ask, why me? You'll look at the mirror and whisper, why not me? If this message sparked something inside you, don't let it fade. You are not here by accident. You were made to rise, to lead, to rewrite the story. So why not you? If this video inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Motivation Hub. Rise for more powerful content that fuels your growth and unlocks your potential. Your journey starts now. Let's rise together.